All right, welcome to another episode of the Grappling with Life podcast. And today we are joined by a real life cowboy from Texas. And not just any cowboy, he's a Palestinian cowboy and also a black belt in Jiu Jitsu. So without further ado, Oussama, welcome.
Thank you, bro. Thanks a lot. What an introduction, man. Palestinian Cowboy. All right.
Why not, bro?
Why not? I mean, hey, I'm probably not good with horses and shooting and stuff. That's not my thing, but Houston, Texas, that's where it's at.
But right. You take backs, don't you, bro?
Huh?
You take backs.
Oh, man, all the time.
That's it.
That's the easy part.
That's it, bro. That's it. So, mashallah, bro. So, firstly, thank you for coming on. We've been talking about this for a while, and
Yes, sir, it's been a while.
And I've always wanted to understand your story because I follow you. Like, I'm a bit of a creep on Instagram. I do follow your stories and stuff, and I've always wanted to sit down with you and have a conversation. I would have loved it to be face to face. But obviously,
man,
this is the second best thing.
I do follow you guys.
Yeah, man. Inshallah.
To, make it happen, inshallah.
Inshallah. Like today, inshallah. So let's get started from the beginning, inshallah. So why don't you introduce yourself to us? You to us. it's the sugar, bro.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Go ahead.
Oussama Khaled, I was born in Abu Dhabi. My parents are Palestinians born in Lebanon. We're basically Palestinian refugees from Lebanon. My dad used to work in Abu Dhabi. I was born there, grew up there, and then I left. I left for college. I went to India for a while, and then I went to Malaysia, and then we ended up moving to the States. And that was in 2008. 2011, I started jiu-jitsu. That was that's where I really started everything. 2010, Muay Thai in Malaysia. 2011 was when I started focusing 100% on jiu-jitsu. The second day I started, the first day I joined. I came back on the 13th of April, I think, of 2011, and I joined the following day right away.
Can I ask you a question, Oussama?
Sure.
Because you kind of smoothed over this one. What the hell were you doing in India, bro?
Oh. All right. So my brother used to study computer science in India back in the day.
Wow.
So apparently that was a place where people went for computer science. And I wanted to travel as soon as I finished high school. I was 17. So I traveled and I ended up in India, and it was the craziest experience of my life, honestly.
That's nuts, man. So how long did you stay in India for?
For a year,
okay,
on and off. I would travel and come back and visit again,
Do you remember where?
And yeah.
Was it Delhi?
No, Bangalore. And I would travel to Goa and then come back to Bangalore. And it was just I wanted to look into studying, but that was not a place to study, honestly. I just didn't, I had to move back. And then I went to Malaysia for school. And I would do internships and work in hotels and stuff. I did hospitality management,
okay,
which I have nothing to do with right now.
What does your dad do?
Huh?
Your father, what does he do?
Yeah, what about
it? What did he do in UAE?
So he's in an accounting company. He's an accountant in an oil company, and also he's a volleyball coach and an international referee. So he would basically travel and coach teams over there because he used to play back in the day in Lebanon.
Mad.
And that was his thing. So he was very supportive in terms of sports.
MashaAllah.
And
and it's just you and your brother?
It's 3 brothers and a sister. So there's 3 boys, 3 of us, and then a sister.
So younger one.
The sister is the youngest one, and then the brothers, I have 2 years. We're 2 years apart. I'm the youngest boy. And then 2 years Bilal, and then 2 years older is the oldest one is Ahmed.
MashaAllah.
And that's about it. And they're all mashallah married, kids, so the pressure is real. So it is what it is.
Inshallah, we can do a CV a video CV after we finish, isn't it?
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll talk about this later.
Inshallah. So, wow, there's so much to unpack here because it's quite interesting. So, you were born in UAE, so
Yeah.
you've done all your education there up to
Yeah.
high school. Was it like an American school? Because you got an American accent, bro. That's why I've met a few Palestinians like this, man. Like who've got, like I went to college with one Palestinian guy. College here doesn't mean university; it means kind of high school, kind of. So
Like the 2 years kind of system.
that's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So, but the guy's got full blown American accent. I was like, "What's going on?" He goes to me, "Yeah, I studied in some American school."
Here.
Huh?
He could have been born here or something.
No,
maybe.
He grew
Oh,
up.
no?
He grew up in Egypt actually,
Oh.
but he studied in an American school, like the whole
Yeah,
way
probably
through.
that.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
how he got his American accent, which is quite, that's why I asked you:
Yeah,
was it an American school, or
So growing up, no, but then like high school, yeah. In high
Right.
school, it was a lot more, American friends, a lot more, like it was easier. And then when I moved here, it was even easier
right?
because I already had some English, so it just built up. I just feel like it just built up. I didn't have the same accent maybe when I first moved here,
Right. Because I was thinking like you'd have like Habibi, what are you doing? That kind of Palestinian.
It probably was there somewhere, grade 8, grade 9, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Mashallah. Okay, so
Yeah.
what was Malaysia like, man?
Man, it's a beautiful country, mashallah. Beautiful country. But man, a lot of things happen with me. I feel like it's a lot of corruption in Malaysia. But the country, the people are just very, very, very sweet, honestly. Like the people have really good hearts, like very hospitable, very like they have really, really good kind of connection to other like Arabs or Muslims around the world. Like they're very welcoming. But police corrupt. You get
No way.
stuff stolen. Like there, even if you give them the card number of like somebody who did something to you, it's like it's whatever. It's just like a whatever thing. So yeah, but overall, it's a beautiful country, man.
Mashallah. What I heard about Malaysia, I don't know if this is true or not. Yeah, this is probably an urban myth, but I heard that culturally they don't say no. So like they don't have like a.
They're very welcoming. You don't understand. Like they're very nice. Like I think it would be hard for them to say no.
Yeah, but I heard like business wise, like I can't remember. I think it was someone I worked with done business in Malaysia. He said everything's between the lines. You can't. They won't say no if they don't like something. They won't say no. So he goes. He found it very difficult in the beginning to fit because all the negotiations were done outside of the boardroom. So it was kind of like.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying? It was very. It's a bit like the Chinese as well. They're kind of similar, where it's very rude to say no. Yeah,
it's probably the Chinese Malaysians because there's like 3 races in Malaysia. There's like Malay, which are the sweetest people on earth. Like they're super sweet. Then you got the Indians. The Tamil Nadu is basically from Tamil Nadu, and then the Chinese. And both the Indians and the Chinese were brought by the British.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like they had to put all these people, excuse me, in the same spot, but they're not all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in Malaysia for?
On and off, like because I would go do my internship in Abu Dhabi and come back, like 2.5 years.
Okay. So how old were you at the time? Like in your 20s or your teens?
I was in my 20s. Yeah.
Okay.
I left. I came back here. I was 23.
Okay, mashallah.
Yeah.
So what made you come to the US?
We were here when I was 4 years old. We just came here for like a year, and then we moved back. My mom wanted to go back, so we moved back. And then, when it was time for my sister to come for college or for like university, my mom came with her because she can't, it's her only girl.
Yeah, of course.
And then somebody has to go with them. So it was me. Like everybody else has something, going on. It was easier for me to go because I was done.
Right.
And I just came here and that was it.
And you just stayed here since from that point?
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean we're already like here, living here. So they moved back after she was done with university. I stayed, and my brother stayed.
Okay.
And yeah,
So that's when you started jiu-jitsu. What possessed you, man?
jiu-jitsu basically. When I started in Malaysia, I did Muay Thai at first.
Okay.
Like
Oh, so you
I
started jiu-jitsu in
started with Muay
Malaysia?
Thai. What is it?
Did you start jiu-jitsu in Malaysia?
No, but I had like a very close family friend since I was a kid who moved to New Zealand. His name is Bilal. So Bilal would basically, he used to box, and then when he used to box, he used to have a friend who used to do jiu-jitsu, a Brazilian guy, and the Brazilian guy would always show him stuff, and like he was like, bro, the guy was like half my size, and he would smash me.
Right.
So the guy who used to box, he was a bodybuilder, so he showed me a few things. I got interested. So when I went to Abu Dhabi to do my internship, I met with one of the first MMA Arab fighters called Khalid Walid. He's a Syrian guy.
Why does that ring a bell, man?
He's one of the first guys. He used to be a jiu-jitsu guy and a karate guy. So one of the first guys who fought in the Desert Force. The first Desert Force.
Not Brazilian Khalid Walid, not him.
No. No,
Khalid
that's
Ismail. Khalid Ismail.
Yeah. That's Walid Ismail.
Walid Ismail. Yeah.
No, that's a different one. No, Khalid Walid used to, but he's not an MMA fighter anymore. So when I was in Abu Dhabi, he used to be with me in school since we were in like elementary school.
Right.
So I knew the guy. I went there to his school, and he taught me a few things. So I just stayed there for like a month. And then when I came here, there was a Gracie Barra open right next to my house. And
you've been in that one ever since?
Yeah.
Interesting.
100%. Loyalty is not going to be played with here. You know?
Alhamdulillah, that's good. Like, what's funny? I'll tell you a funny story, bro. When Khalid went to Henzo's place in New York, because his name's Khalid Ismail. You know, Henzo and him don't get along, innit? Walid Ismail and Henzo don't get along. They thought he was related to him somehow, bro. Like the other guy. Oh, man. It got a bit sticky.
Doesn't even look like him.
It doesn't look nothing like him, bro.
Man.
But they just saw the name, innit?
Yeah.
But obviously, when they saw Khalid, it was cool afterwards. But it was he was saying, I thought you were related or whatever. So, talk to me about your first class, man.
Man, listen. My first class, I got caught in a triangle and I did a forward roll, bro. Like it was just
what do you mean?
Weird. Like it was all instinct, right? So randomly I get caught in a triangle and I'm trying to get out of it and it's not working. So what do? I just like roll forward.
And he landed on top of you.
And the guy landed on top of me. I'm like, this is worse. And that was it, bro. That was my first class. And I'm like, man, this is so cool. I'm going to come back again. And that was it, bro. That was like, that was the thing for me. The second day I was signing up, got my gi, paid my registration, and I started. And it got so addictive because I was at that time, since I moved back here, I had got certified in EMS, in emergency medical services. So I'm a medic, so I would do that. That was my job before I started jiu-jitsu. So in 2011, when I started doing it, it started, man, getting too addictive in the sense that I would go do a morning call, and then I have like an hour break in the morning, like at 6:30. So I would go do a class and then go back to work. And then lunchtime, people go to eat or something. I will go back to jiu-jitsu. And then after jiu-jitsu, after work, I would go again at 6:30. So it was getting too addictive that until one point I got hired basically by my professor. He was like, man, you know, if you need a job, we're here. Like, and that's it. I got hired and then I started training even more. And then I started doing both, really.
Right.
And that's been it. It's been since April 13, 2011.
Do you ever get do you ever get anyone on neon belly when you're giving them CPR or anything, or like do you ever
no,
or pass their guard to get or do you ever have to deal with crackheads, or do you ever have to deal with...
But listen, Not knee on belly, but you definitely hear ribs crack, man. Listen.
Yeah, I heard about that, bro. Yeah, my brother-in-law's a paramedic as well. Yeah, he tells me stories, like, but also I don't know if it's the same in America, but I know what he tells me. A lot of the stuff is going out to drunk guys that have, you know, fell over, cracked their head open, or crackheads that call you up to get, you know, try and steal your drugs and all this kind of stuff.
The crackhead part, bro, a lot of times you can't even imagine. Like, I worked also in a lot of private companies where they do certain nursing homes, traumas, or medical, whatever it is. Like, they take care of like elder people or like whatever it is that happens. But it's a private company, so we would be parked up somewhere, right? And then a random guy will just come up like he's a normal guy. Like, yeah, I just have this thing on my arm. I don't know what. Like, yeah, I just wanted to see if you have a Band-Aid. So you try to help him, right? You want to give him a Band-Aid. And then the guy out of nowhere goes like, yeah, and by the way, like, do you guys have these syringes? Yeah, I'm like, whoa, man, what's going on? Like, this went completely the other way. And then I start looking around his arms, and it's like obvious, man. Like, but they play it off so well at first.
That's their job, though.
Huh?
That's their job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man,
can imagine that from the morning to the night. That's all they do. I remember, like, you know, it's funny. I've come with a brother I was chatting to, but because, you know, drug dealers, yeah, they'll just look at someone. Yeah, that's $50 a day, bro. Yep, that guy's about $80 a day. Like that's what he could just tell. Like, it's like, you know, that guy's $100.
That's insane, man.
It's nuts, man. It's crazy, man. But okay, talk to me about Texas, man. Well, is it as mad as they because I know you're in Houston, which is for the British, obviously for the British audience. Oussama lives in Houston, Texas, which is the home of NASA, right?
Yeah.
So you got Houston, NASA there. Texas. What else you got, bro?
Yeah. We got the Houston, sports teams, you don't want to know about them. So
Houston Rockets. Yeah.
Well, Rockets, you got the Texans, you got the Astros for baseball.
Oh, the Astros, yeah.
But I mean, the Dynamos for soccer, for football.
Let's not talk about. Don't ever call it soccer, bro. Don't call it soccer, bro.
Not soccer, bro. Not soccer. I honestly, listen. I was born and raised on the other side of the world, so it's football, bro. Listen, that's it.
Do you watch? Do you watch sport, any American football or anything like that?
No, bro. Just combat sports, really, and jiu-jitsu.
Because I never got. So I tried watching one game, yeah. Every 2 minutes they're stopping, bro. What the hell is going on? Just finish the game, man.
That's what I say. That is exactly what I always tell my friends. I'm like, bro, why are they always stopping? And there's a lot of lines. What's going on? Like,
exactly.
They're like, man, you wouldn't understand. I'm like, thank God I don't.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, bro.
I don't even want to know, man. Even though like it's kind of disrespectful. Like we have a couple of guys like who used to be in the Houston Texans who train with us. Like,
no way,
great guys.
Yeah,
2 guys like who used to be on the team and. But I just don't understand.
They're athletes, though. You can't. I mean, they're hell of like they're athletes,
but bro,
man.
I mean, hey, listen. When they turned into jiu-jitsu, they're like savage.
Yeah. I can imagine, man.
They're professional athletes. They learn so fast, and you're talking about guys who already basically kind of retired from competing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's like MMA. Didn't what's that guy? He was in UFC. I forgot his name, man. It doesn't matter, bro. But I you know, I do watch though, Oussama. I watch sometimes I watch the combines.
Who?
The combines.
What is that?
So basically, like, I think, bruv, don't quote me on this, yeah? I can't believe I'm explaining to an American guy, bruv, what combines are. But basically, before this, I think it's before the season starts, they do like a set of like running 50 yards, doing like a vertical, and then basically they each player would get like a score.
Yeah.
It's become like this big thing now, like they got sponsors and everything. So it's off season, I think, or just before the season. It's quite interesting, man. It's a bit like CrossFit. Well, you know what? You know why I know about it? You know why I know about it? Because when Khaled had LDG, yeah, we were looking at like new ways to kind of promote the club, and so what Khaled was saying, that we should do a combine. I was like, what the hell is that, bro? And he goes, yeah, this is what they do. So it's basically, we were thinking like how many press ups you can do in a minute, how many pull ups you can do, how high can you jump, how far can you jump, you know, things like that. So that's
Sensei knows, bro.
He knows, bro.
Sensei knows.
He does.
Sensei knows. We don't know enough. Sensei knows,
He
bro.
knows,
I don't
bro.
know. Honestly. I don't even know about this. I don't even watch it. I don't watch football. None of that stuff.
Anything to do with violence or some sort of thing, he's interested, mashallah, bro.
Those are the best things, bro. That's why we're still learning. That's why he's sensei, bro.
Sah. So what's the split between being a paramedic and jiu-jitsu, like your life basically?
So it really depends. Like before COVID, it was 3 and 3 or 3 and 4 jiu-jitsu.
3 days.
But but I would still go train on the 3 days that I work, like in EMS. But in COVID, it became 6 days jiu-jitsu. EMS, like, because it was crazy. And then recently it went back to 3 and 3. And then I had an accident. And then basically I've been kind of just like laying low, just relaxing, recovering and stuff.
What happened, bro?
And that's it.
Was it in
I got T-boned on my way to work at 4:30 in the morning. So, but alhamdulillah, like, you know, it looks really bad. And it was bad. The whole car, like, is total loss. But man, subhanAllah, like, you look at the car, the whole front is smashed. The back door is smashed, but my door, not even a scratch. So I'm like, subhanAllah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I left that day, you don't even know what's gonna happen, and it came out like good, alhamdulillah. So
may Allah protect you, bro, and grant you a swift recovery, inshallah, bro. And for those who don't know what a T-bone is, it's when the car gets hit right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where the pillar is, kind of.
Well, basically, when somebody like runs a red light and just smashes you from the side. Yeah.
Did the guy stop?
He had to, because he ended up hitting another car on the other side of the road.
Whoa. Was he okay?
So, yeah, thank God. Alhamdulillah, everybody was okay.
Alhamdulillah.
That's the main thing, but yeah.
So what are you doing for transportation, man?
I got another car right now from a friend, but it's all good.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So you can get about...
In Houston, you can't live without a car. Bro.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not a place where you walk, or like public transportation is like really good. You know, if you want to Uber everywhere, it's going to be expensive. It's really a really big city. I think the 4th largest in the States.
Wow.
So, and everything is really far apart. So yeah,
I remember a friend of mine went to, where did he go? I think Florida or something, yeah? Like we were little. So when he came back, yeah, we'd all ask him like, what was America like, man? He goes, number one, there's 3 things about America that I just can't get my head around, yeah? He goes, number 1, the food portion sizes. He goes, like, small is extra large here. He goes, the pizza slices were like this big. And the drinks, you're having liters of drinks, man.
The drinks are insanely big, bro. Like some of them, like when I first moved here, that was the first thing that shocked me. And here's the thing, I was here for a while, and then I went to Malaysia again, right? Like finish my school. And a Malaysian Big Mac, bro, is like a dollar
cheeseburger
value, a dollar menu, you know, like the small little one here. And that's like a whole meal, and it's all like very tiny. And then you come to Texas, they say, like, they have a saying, everything is bigger in Texas.
That's right, yeah.
So meal portions over here, like, you don't even want to talk about it. Like, and sometimes if you want to go like really extra large, you're not going to finish the meal. So it's crazy. It's one of the things that I really noticed, and it was like very, very shocking to me when I first moved here, how big the portions were. You're right.
Again, I see Selwadi's Instagram, and he's always cooking some sort of dinosaur meat or whatever the hell he's eating, bruv. Like, I was like, and what's
that guy? Listen, man, listen. I've been around a lot of fighters in my life. I've been around like a lot of like my boys, you know, who compete, who train, who nobody I've ever seen in my life who competes actively in MMA fighter, professional and everything, lives it every day, trains more than anybody else I know, like maybe 6 to 8 hours a day, trains
Whoa.
people. For real. I'm serious. You don't understand. This guy is always
He's a
training.
lunatic, bro.
MashaAllah.
Allah
MashaAllah.
Barik.
That's his
Allah Barik. Yeah, mashallah.
MashaAllah. He's insanely just very, very, very dedicated. And his thing is this. He's like, the more I train, the more I get to eat. The more I get to eat, the more calories I have. The more calories I have, the more energy I have for training. And it's just like feeding off of each other. He has this equation down where he's like, no, man, I gotta eat. So he'd have kanafa, he will have, desserts, he will have this, but mostly like it's all healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even his cheat meals are like, healthier kind of thing. But man, he's big for his weight class.
How old is he, bro?
26.
Okay, he's still young, man. I feel like he's been in MMA for ages, man.
Because you're talking about he became the Desert Force, was it Desert Force? Yeah, Desert Force champion at 17 years old.
Whoa.
The featherweight champion, of the Arabs. He by knocking out a Jiu Jitsu black belt, I think. A guy from Kuwait, yeah.
Does he live close to you? I'm being very ignorant, bro. Does he live close to you?
He lives in Dallas, like 3.5 hours away.
Oh, okay.
I just went and saw his fight last week. He, mashallah,
he won, didn't it? Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah. He did, mashallah. It was a dominating fight. He outboxed the boxer, so the guy was a professional boxer. But yeah, he did really good, alhamdulillah.
I'm hoping to see him in the UFC, inshallah, bro.
Inshallah, bro, he's waiting on the call. He called them out too in the interview. Hopefully, man, there was a lot of people following too. So I don't see why not. He has a big following. People have been waiting for it for a while.
Is he born in the US?
Yeah, he was born in Louisiana.
Okay.
But he moved to Jordan, I think, when he was a kid.
Right.
And he stayed there for a while, and then he moved here again.
Is he with his family and stuff?
Yeah, he's married here. He has a family, mashallah.
As in his father's here, or they're back in Jordan?
No, they're in Jordan.
So like your situation?
I think his relatives, his relatives live here.
MashaAllah. Would love to get him on, inshallah. If you can have a word with him for us. I'd love to get him on, inshallah.
I'm sure he would love to, inshallah.
There's a lot of brothers, especially, Wallah Adim, bro. I'm not just saying this, akhi, bro. But we got a lot of love for the Palestinian brothers, bro. Wallahi, bro.
Wallah, we love you guys too.
Honestly, bro. Because you know what it is? It's like, how do I put this?
You've been there.
Huh?
It's like you guys been there.
It's more than that. It's more than the land, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The land is the land, isn't it? Do you understand? For me, it's the people, bro. Like, the fact, like we were talking about this off air, what's happening in Ukraine is terrible. Yeah?
Yeah.
Terrible. Like, it's deplorable. 100%. It's disgusting, yeah? But then you see how the world has reacted to the refugees that are coming out of this land, yeah? Which is a good thing, yeah? But then I look at what's been happening to the Palestinians for 50 years. Longer than that, I think. Is it 50 years?
74 years.
70, now. Sorry, Habiba.
No, you're good.
Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying to you? And
yes, sir.
It burns us inside. And the fact that we can't reach out and just say to you guys, just hug you guys and like, do you see what I'm saying? Like the diaspora. I'm talking about the diaspora, the Muslims living in the West, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's like we are not governments, innit? We don't have the facility we can donate, we can show our appreciation, but it's never enough, innit? Do you understand? Like,
bro. Yeah.
And
no, I totally agree. Here's the thing, like you said, man, what's going on is like the worst thing that could be going on right now. Nobody, and especially people like my people are living through war, like basically occupation, not really war.
Yes, occupation, bro.
They're feeling the heat, like they're getting bombarded, they're getting, houses demolished, they're getting all these things happening. They're occupied under international law, but still you will never hear is the kind of condemnation that you'd hear right now, you know, in the news about Ukraine. And what's going on in Ukraine is terrible because they're getting occupied as well.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Like exactly the same thing. But the thing is, like, to a lot of Western media, it's not the same thing because they're not white, they're not Christian, they're not blue-eyed. And this reminded me of one thing. Like, I remember back in the day, the only time we got really like international support, women started talking all about it, was when I had Tamimi, like the blonde Palestinian girl who also got basically some posts online about her being Ukrainian, standing up to that same exact girl was the only girl who basically made it like internationally, and they pressured Israel to release her when she was put in prison. So talking about these things, bro, the hypocrisy is just insane. But I think everybody's been calling it out, and people know, like, it's obvious. It's not only with like the Palestinians. Look at like everybody around the world. You hear people in Ukraine, like blacks and Latinos or Arabs, getting like a second class, third class citizen kind of treatment, even fleeing war. Like, these are the same people who are trying to, like, you know, preach, you know, being civilized. And it's just a lot of hypocrisy in the world, whether it fits your agenda as a politician or not. And I honestly don't believe politicians in general. I believe in the people. And that's why, like, as people, we know, like, the Muslims or the righteous people of the world doesn't have to be only Muslims.
Of
like
course,
Arabs, Latinos, Americans, anybody in the world, you know, anybody who has a heart, who sees it for what it is, will call it out, you know, like, and we know these people stand there. And without these people, like, it wouldn't even have the kind of effect that it had. Like, you could see it last Ramadan when everybody was like, yo, this is almost, like, some people started calling it apartheid, which you never heard before. So it's starting to get some kind of attention because of how much social media coverage. Like, it's straight up, you don't hear any like any of these reporters just putting in their own words, you know, like none of that stuff. It's just plain pictures showing you what's going on. If you have a heart, it's right there. You see it. You see this house is getting demolished, another one, and some kid getting shot, you know, some mother losing her son. Like, things go on for like on and on and on. Every day there's something. So we appreciate the people, and that's all that matters, really, not the politicians or the governments. You know what I mean?
But the way I see it as well is, we are witnesses. We see. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, we're here in the West, and we will be witnesses, bro. When there's a time, like, for example, what happened to all the Nazi concentration camp guards? They all got found out one by one, bro. They all stood in the, not all of them, but some of them ran away to Argentina, and then they got hunted down. Do you know what I'm saying?
They got hunted down, exactly. I was going to say that.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you do a wrong to someone, there will be a time when you will have to answer for it, man.
100%.
It might not be now, 100 years, doesn't matter. You're going to answer for it, bro. Because there's no way, 100%. If it's not in this life, it will be in the hereafter, bro.
100%.
And if anything, that person, because there's no way you can commit atrocities like this and it not change something inside you. And that is the punishment inside.
That's just for now.
Just
that's
for now, exactly.
Like later.
Because obviously some people don't believe in the hereafter, but that's fine, yeah?
Sure.
But I'm saying in life, nothing, well, I can't remember who said this, man. He goes, evil, if you commit a crime, unless you're a psychopath, bro, which is even then there's another, like, you're gonna feel the effects. You'll feel the effects, bro. PTSD, sleepless nights, all these things, yeah? Like, you're gonna, like, people who went to war and commit atrocities.
A lot of soldiers actually come out and talk about that.
Yeah.
In like Israeli channels, and they translate it into, like, they put subtitles in Arabic or English, and you hear it. Like, they're like, we see these people in our sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're paying for it, bro.
PTSD is real. Yeah. Because these crimes, like, you will pay for it regardless. Like
in Vietnam, what happened in Vietnam? All the vets that came back, there was a huge heroin epidemic in America amongst the vets.
100%.
Because the atrocity.
And they're still going through like the worst. Honestly, they don't even take care of the vets.
Yeah,
like,
they
let's
don't.
be straightforward, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the vets are not really taken care of. And not at all.
So like
it's just like, man, war in general. I don't know. Like I'm totally against all that.
Of course.
You know,
you
just gotta sometimes call out like a hypocrisy when you see it, you know?
صح.
That's it.
Sometimes you have like, if you don't say nothing or if you don't educate people around you, then you're kind of part of the problem, man. You 100%. Can't say, and I've seen people on social media, yeah, that I'm not gonna call them out now. I wish I could, but I would. People that I see, that I've spoken to, and they see that they're posting things, and I'm like, bruv, I get it. Like, look how brave Ukrainian women are. Look how, which is, yeah, I agree, you're right. But then I'm like, and then when the stuff was going on in Palestine, yeah, I'm not political, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I want to stay out of politics.
Like, let's be honest. You live in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Soccer is a big thing over there.
Yeah,
the whole, you know, no politics in sports. When Ozil tried to you know, talk about the Uyghur Muslims, or even like when they tried to put the Palestinian flags up. I think, what was it, the Celtics?
Yeah, Celtic.
And they fined them. And all these because there's no politics in sports. But then right now you see everything about Ukraine, the captain thing. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just obvious, the hypocrisy. And sometimes like you can't do anything but laugh about it, because
it's like what Dave Chappelle said, isn't it?
Right? It's so funny, because these people who basically back in the day, when you used to call these things out, they used to be like, no, bro, no politics in sports, bro. No, we're all one. We're all this. Now it's like they're quiet, or they're like, yeah, we support that. So when next time when you call them out, it's just gonna be funny, like the reaction that you're gonna get, you know. And this is what I'm waiting on. I'm like, bro, I just want to hear what this side, like, because sometimes like they come with these funny like arguments. You're like, you really believe that, man? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, so it's true.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's like that sketch, Dave Chappelle sketch. When he said he went to, where did he go? I can't remember, somewhere racist in America, and he walks into the shop and he goes, "I'll have that." And the guy stopped him, chicken. Yeah, and then he goes, "Wow, that was racist." He goes, "But I wasn't even angry." Because that's how racist it was.
I wasn't even angry. Nobody would be angry. He knew it.
Exactly, he knew it, man. Like, it's one of those things, man. And then like, I remember a lot of the times when I'd call things out, especially at work and stuff, they would say you got chip on your shoulder.
They would tell you that?
Yeah, I don't know if it translates well. Do you guys have this term, chip on your shoulder?
I think so. I think I get what you're trying to say.
It's like you've got like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like,
yeah. Like you want to prove something. Like,
like not. It's like you've got this like this complex, a bit of a complex. Like you're always seeing things, like you're always looking for those things.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's like you're looking for things where there's nothing.
Yeah. Like when they pull off the race card over here. It's like, no, it's not there. It's not racist. You're just, you know, that's how you always trying to make it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Uh-oh, we lost him. 1 second. You can't hear us, bro. 1 sec, Oussama, yeah? Oh, you muted yourself, bro. You can't hear us?
Yeah, I can hear it now.
Okay. Did you mute yourself or did we mute you?
No, I think it was there. It was from you guys. I
didn't is it? Because but you got the Arab hand gestures in it, so you might have just like muted it. I bet when you go back home, you see.
Bro, you have to listen. You trying to survive over there, or you want them to treat you like a foreigner? What do you want?
Do you have this in Lebanon?
Lebanon? No. Oh man, that's closer to India than.
Oh, is it? In Algeria, we do this. Oh, this him.
That's it.
Do you have this?
After that.
Do you have this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You have that one, yeah?
And this
one, yeah.
Like, just wait till you get home. This is wait till like people leave.
I remember.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
Yeah. So bro, I remember you telling me about you having Maklouba growing up, thinking it was Algerian.
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy, huh?
SubhanAllah. Like I thought it was an Algerian dish, but my mum learned it from a Syrian sister from like long time ago. Like, but I'm pretty sure there's obviously like she's put her own twist to it. Do you understand?
Yeah, definitely.
It's not. I don't think it's. Well, sorry, mum, if it is. If it is traditional, it could be. But I've seen your one, and the ones that you tease us with on Instagram, bro.
Oh man! But no, here's the thing. It depends on the region, bro. So some people put like cauliflower only. Some people put eggplants. Some people put both. Some people put potatoes. Add potatoes and carrots. Some people.
Oussama, I'm gonna stop you there, bro. I'm gonna stop. This is a very important subject. Yeah, this is very important. I need you to educate everyone. What's that? Oh, please, go toilet. No, I need to. not now. So you need to let's educate the people what Maklouba is, bro. Sure. So just describe it to us.
It's like a rice-based dish made with like, let's say, like the most basic one will be cauliflower and eggplants, and
that's aubergines to everyone. Yeah? We call eggplant aubergine here, but that's fine.
Aubergine.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, those are usually like deep fried. You put them aside to just drain some of the oil, and then you will basically put it in layers. So you will wash the rice and everything. Put like the one layer of rice. Put some vegetables like the eggplants and the cauliflower.
Is that it, bro? Can you see this?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
There you go. So that's it. It's just like basically that's decoration on top at the end.
Yeah.
But the idea is that layers of like rice, meat, vegetables, and then another rice, and then when it's done, you flip it. So that's why it was called Maklouba. And they go like the history of it. Apparently, it goes back like it used to be called Betanjania or something like that, maybe, because it used to have like a lot of eggplants. But when Salah ad-Din was there and they cooked it for him in Jerusalem, Bil-Quds, they did it for him. And when he asked for it, he asked for that Maklouba, like the thing that you turn upside down, right? So, and since then, the name basically stuck. And I'm not really sure how accurate that is, but that's what I've read. And yeah, that's
so it's kind of like biryani.
Well, close enough, but
because biryani
it's vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. And it, by the way, flipping delicious, bro. Because I remember my mum how she cooks it. Is she cuts potato like in little cubes and carrots, and fries them. Then you take them out, put them to the side. Then you do the aubergine as well. Does she put aubergines out? Yeah. She does, isn't it?
Yeah. It takes a while though, because everything has to be done separately.
Yeah, everything's done separately. And then you kind of layer it. And then you put it in the oven, right? To finish off.
No, you could cook it just like rice. So basically you top off, like if you make like rice that needs 3 water, you'll put 3 cups of water and it'll just float, because like it's just gonna like fill up enough for the rice, and that's it. You'll cook it just like any other rice dish for like 20 or 25 minutes, and then you flip it. So like you said, the vegetables, like it varies. Probably whoever she learned it from would do it that way, because that region would do it that way. But yeah, it's interesting. It's always good when you go to like somebody else's house, because it's always like a different, more things. It's like, oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Like in Algeria, we have, ta'am, couscous.
Yeah.
So definitely. Every region has their own kind of. Some of them are like, bruv, monstrous, bro. Like, what the hell are you doing here, bro, with this couscous, bro?
Bro.
It is. But sometimes you go to some people's houses, you're like, what the hell? Why'd you put cigarettes in here, bro? What the hell are you doing, bro? No, I'm joking. But yeah. So what? How does your mom make it, bro? Has she got a little?
No, basically she makes it like I just said with the eggplants and cauliflower. That's her thing, and she uses some onions as well. She'll put potatoes on the bottom, so just basically it doesn't burn, and at the same time it gives that crust for when you flip it. So she only puts on the bottom potatoes, and then everything else is like layers, and the spices will be the 7 spices.
Yeah.
And then
Ras al-Hanout.
All spice or 7 spice.
They call it. Don't you call it Ras al-Hanout?
No, well, you guys call it Ras al-Hanout, right?
Okay, so what do you guys call it?
Yeah. But it's for us, it's sab'a baharat.
Sab'a baharat. Okay, خلاص.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
So she puts like those, and then salt, and that's it.
Keep it moving, bro. What do you have with it on the side?
So yogurt, or the yogurt with cucumbers. You know, the one with garlic and like, you know, yogurt, cucumbers, and garlic, and then, or salads. That's usually it.
Yeah. Was it tabbouna? Is it tabbouna? What's that salad?
No, well, fattoush.
Fattoush, sorry. What
Tabboula is the one. Tabboula.
Tabboula, it's tabboula, right? But is that salad?
But that's different. That's straight up parsley, like mostly parsley.
Yes.
And tomatoes. And like bulgur, bro, we turned talking about food right now. I feel like it's Ramadan. Let's go.
You know my favorite thing, bro. When I was little, when I used to come home, and you hear this. You know what I'm talking about? The
that's
pressure.
The good stuff, bro.
Yeah,
that's the good stuff, bro. That's when you know it's gonna be so tender.
That's it,
like,
bro.
You're not gonna work.
So you hear that, and then you're like, right, it's time. It's time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's crazy how like these sounds, like even right now, if you cook with, like you hear it in your house, you're still gonna get those flashbacks.
Yeah.
Man.
And then you hear the radio, innit? The radio's on.
Oh man.
And then your dad's upstairs listening to Al Jazeera like this.
Yeah, bro. All the time. Always in the background, bro. It would never get changed. If your dad is in the house, it will not get changed, bro.
Exactly. Bring up the guy, the bald guy, bro, from Al Jazeera, bro. Bring that guy with the glasses. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
The guy who's always like stopping people from fighting.
Lahda.
Yeah, Jamaat. Oh yeah, bro. Listen, that's a legend, bro.
He is a G. Legend. Have you seen him now, bro?
I think his name is Faisal Al-Qasim. I remember
Faisal
that guy.
Al-Qasim,
like,
yeah. Bob, Google him, bro.
Legend.
Listen. Have you seen him recently, bro?
No.
He's got
he looked, last time I seen him, he looked old.
This guy.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Go to that picture over there on the right. No. With the beard. Look at him, bro. He's glowed up. Hair. He's glowed up, bro.
Bro, he went Turkey, bro. He got hair.
Turkey, my guy.
Bro, listen, I think this guy has videos of like people fighting on stage.
Bro.
He's like, yes, man, like, and then he starts shouting at both of them, like being like a freaking dad. I'm like, bro, these are like regular human beings like you, talking shit to them. And it was crazy, bro. Listen,
Wallahi. And that's all you hear. Oussama, all you hear is that, Lahda.
I was like, if this is politics, I was like, why the hell do people watch this?
This is mad. It's like UFC, bro. And then my mum would come in, she'd be like, oh, can you turn it down? And my dad's like,
it's always on blast, bro. And how dare you ask your dad to put something else?
Huh?
You think you're gonna live? You think you would live?
We want to watch Captain Majid, bro. We want to watch Captain Majid.
Go to your room. Go to your room and wait till
this is Captain Majid, Habibi. There.
Captain Majid's gonna come out with a belt. Don't worry, just come out there. Yeah.
Subhanallah, bro. Like when you said Maklouba, bro, it just started to bring back memories, akhi. Subhanallah. Like may Allah bless our mothers and our fathers, bro.
Yeah, bro. Subhanallah, man. What a good day.
So how often do you go back?
Huh?
How often do you go back to Lebanon?
Wallahi, I was there 2 years ago.
I remember you went.
No, I was there last year in March.
Yes, I remember, yeah.
And I'm trying to go back again, inshallah. I'm gonna try to go back if I could. Maybe towards the end of Ramadan, maybe spend some time with my father.
Inshallah.
And my mom, if she's there, but she's probably gonna be with the baby with my sister in Dubai. And then maybe come back, and that's it. After it, you know, welcome them here. They're moving here, inshallah.
Oh, they are, yeah?
So, yeah, well, my sister is, so I'm gonna be here, inshallah, when they come here.
MashaAllah, that's
It's gonna
good,
be
man.
good. You'll have more family, so it's gonna be good, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Slowly but surely, I'm gonna try to get my dad and my mom to come back. But my dad's, bro, if he leaves Lebanon, it's like a fish out of water. He comes here. Wallahi, he comes here. The thing is, I live in an apartment, so he sits out on the balcony. He likes being outdoors. Like, he lives the retired life. He lived, like, you know, all this time in Abu Dhabi and offices and stuff. So he loves being out. Like, he has a few animals and, like, you know, plants and all that.
Don't call your
So he
siblings
comes
that,
here,
man.
sits on the balcony.
Oussama, how old is your father? Like? Is he my dad's age?
He's like, he's born in 53. So, mashallah, almost 70 years old.
Almost, Allah Mubarak. May Allah preserve him, man.
Yeah,
so I made a joke, bro.
mashallah.
I made a joke. I don't know if you heard it, and you're going to have to forgive me about this. You said he's got a few animals. I said, don't call your siblings animals, bro.
Oh, shit, bro. Damn, man.
It's a bad joke.
Like
Sorry, Akhi, bro.
I did not hear that. But listen, I would never call them animals.
Astaghfirullah,
I know
astaghfirullah.
better. Even
But
though
your
I'm
dad
gonna
probably
just-
did. Your dad probably did. Ya hayawan, adkhul
Bro, this is common, bro. You know how it is. It's just a number one, number two thing.
Yeah, bro,
Back
yeah.
home, it's,
Sometimes
yeah,
he forgets
no, my
your name.
brother-
Hey, you. This one. Anta.
yeah, Ahmed, yeah, Oussama. Yeah. Forget your name mid-sentence. You know what I mean?
And he gets angry. Adkhul.
Bro, man, God bless them, صراحة. They're like the barakah, honestly.
Wallahi, bro.
For
Wallahi, man. MashaAllah, bro. I want to ask you a bit more about Lebanon because it intrigues me, man. Because what?
Yeah.
So, you know, this whole thing that happened, that explosion. Do you remember? Like, people forgot about that, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, I remember.
so
2020. in
yeah.
August.
So what was? Do you know what happened?
It was the nitrate, I think, nitrate ammonium or something. It was stored in the port. And it's been stored for like a long, long time. And something happened where they were keeping, I don't know if it was fireworks, something. It was like right next to it, or a shortage in electricity happened. Anyway, it wasn't stored properly. So it's been there for years and years, and nobody even like moved it. So there was a lot of corruption involved. And of course, like anything in Lebanon, it just keeps playing, you know, like it's just, it's sad because the people pay the price at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was a huge explosion. And the worst part is that they actually sent, knowing there was like that stuff in there, they sent fire departments and stuff to put it out. So the first videos that you saw were basically firefighters, and like they're just coming up, and all you see is like stars and things like just cracking. And then a huge explosion happened. And even the people recording from far away, the wave hit them. Like, even if it was really, really far, the wave was insane that it reached like really far away in Beirut, where people like got smashed, like they flew away like from their balconies, like they went back, hit the doors and stuff. Like, it was insane. But subhanallah, like anything else, bro, in Lebanon, like the elite stayed in the same positions, nothing changed. And the people are living in the worst economic crisis right now. And let alone what's happening in Ukraine and all that stuff. So now everything is even way more expensive.
Yeah.
And they've been like, they're in poverty, bro. It's insane. Like last time I was there, bro, it was so sad. I saw kids lining up in like a Palestinian refugee camp, Shatila. Bro, they would come up for like bread loaves, like the you know, the bags, like the one with the Arabic bread. They'll come and ask for bread. Like, these are regular people. And that's when like you try to put like, you know, fundraisers and stuff, you know, but it's
not enough.
It's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough.
I was speaking to a brother.
Like, it's crazy, bro, because even if you go through bigger, like, you know, like the United Nations or whatever, like I remember recently this, I think, was it a Saudi or a Kuwaiti guy called Abu Falla, some Instagrammer, and he stayed online and raised around $10 million for Syrian refugees, and then like with the UN and everybody else. So this was on for like streaming for like a long time, until they hit the mark of $10 million. And then the UN says they're taking $5 million only to give to the refugees. And then 5 million is going to basically UN expenses and all that. So it's like the whole thing is never going to work when it's like that. But at the same time, bro, you look at people like Akon by himself puts electricity in Africa. You want to tell me it can be done? Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot
Oussama,
of, like,
you know what it is, Oussama, yeah? Like, I can't remember who I was talking to last year or 2 years ago. I said, look, if you look at how the Muslims are living, yeah? Like, if you look in the world, like, because when the pandemic hit, yeah? People rushing to get tissue, like stockpiling water, bruv, doing all this stuff, yeah? And that's only something small that changed, yeah? Like here, the government was giving out furlough, like there was a furlough scheme. So you were paid to stay at home, basically. Imagine that, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, people in Muslim countries live like this every day, bro. And they find a way to work. They find a way to help each other. They find a way, they find a way to live. Do you understand? And they say Alhamdulillah as well, on top of that. And they'll go out their way to invite you to their house, to give them whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was saying to them, look at this, yeah? Like these people have lived like this for decades. These are the true civilized people, bro. 100%. You will see civilization when there's no, infrastructure. When the infrastructure is gone, that's when you see civilization, bro. Not when there's police, army, you got food in your house, do you know what I'm saying? When you have nothing, that's when you see the real value of your population. Do you get me? And I personally think the people of the Muslim world, they're the jewel. They are the jewels of the world, bro. Because I know we say a lot of bad things about our community, yeah? Like, I say community, our leaders are corrupt, yeah? Or there's corruption. There's corruption everywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
But at least in the West, they're corrupt, but the people eat. You understand?
That's true. You can't lie. Like, we're not going to lie about
That's the reality.
This. We can't lie about this, you know?
Look,
like
you moved to... Why did you even come to America, bruv? Do you see what I'm saying? Why would you not even go to the UAE?
Before I got the American citizenship, bro, I was born and raised in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah.
But when I wanted to go do my internship over there, they're like, literally, like the hotel department, the HR department sent me an email saying this, bro. My Emirati friends, they're not going to like this, but they literally sent me this, bro. They're like, we are sorry, but the immigration, like the UAE, basically the department like of immigration or whatever, are not accepting Palestinians at the moment, Palestinian nationality at the moment. Straight up, like, bro, in a lot of places, like I would need special cases. Even traveling, when I wanted to travel with university, I studied at a French university that was in Malaysia. I wanted to travel to France with a school to do my exams. Bro, they made me get a paper from Lebanon that I had nothing on me, a paper from Abu Dhabi I had nothing on me, from Malaysia I had nothing on me, just to go do the exams. So you look at that and these like, you know, but this is Europe, no problem. But even in other Arabic countries, like you need a visa to go to certain places and you're not gonna get that visa, you know what I mean? Especially with a refugee travel document. And then you come here, I live just like anybody else, bro.
Yeah.
I pay my taxes. I help the community. I get services back. I live free. I could do whatever I want. I could say whatever I want. I could support whoever I want. And these things, like, unfortunately, even though it all like that's how it was. Like Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, a woman stopped him and told him like, yo, you're wrong. You know, and like he accepted it, and that was like, you know, Amir al-Mu'mineen at the time, which is like you got nobody who has as much power right now in the Arabic world.
But also, Oussama, another thing as well, something you left out. You're contributing to the American culture and the society, bro. Do you understand? That's something that sometimes we don't realize. Like, I'm in the UK. Yes, I'm here. But bro, I contributed, bro. Like, you're benefiting from me being here. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, I'm here. I've touched many lives. Muslims have touched many lives in this country and have improved many lives and have done many things. But we kind of got this inferiority complex, Oussama, bro, that we are a burden.
I don't believe that that's the case in a lot of the time. Like, here's the thing. I believe that was the case maybe in the previous generation or maybe the parents of the people. Like right now, like I heard this somewhere. It's like, our parents wanted to have, just like a slice of the cake, the American thing, just like, a little bit, just a slice, and like let's just lay low, we don't want nothing, just like, get some money, like feed our kids. But now the people who are born here know, bro, or like the people who moved here and they know they're right. Like, I know I'm just like anybody else. Like, no, there's no reason to feel less American than anybody else. I feel exactly as American as anybody else. And I really don't see it in a very bad way, because you could love America but not support what the government does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the people over here, man, I cannot stress enough how much or how many people I've seen or met around, like, over here, who are some of the most genuine people, most straight up, most supportive people you'd see in your life. And sometimes Arabs or Muslims don't even see it that way. It's just because of a certain following or a certain president, or he's from this nationality or that. You know what I mean? If you see a spade, you call it a spade. And that's what I respect. And that's it,
I'll give you an example, bro. Like, the American passport means something. The British passport means something to them. Like, when you hold when they give you a citizenship, that it's like the Bloods and the Crips, bro. Like, they're banging for you, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, it's
100%.
not astaghfirullah, like, not 100%, but they're still. It's like this, like your brother's been a bit of a waste man, like, imagine your brother, he's been a bit of a bully, and someone says to you, starts cussing your brother out. You're gonna protect your brother, but he's a bully, but he's my bully. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That's basically it. Yeah, I get it. That's basically it. You've got a passport, so for them, because if they cheapen that passport, if they cheapen that status, everything falls down, bro.
100%.
Do you get me? But if you look, I'll bring up the Algerian passport. It doesn't even mean anything, bro. Because you're not putting any power up behind it. You're not because your people are the commodity. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Arab countries, you've got oil and all this stuff, But bro, that's the real commodity is your civilians, bro. The people that are living in your country. Your people. So until they realize that, it's gonna be like that for the rest for whenever. But we have to, like you said, our generation, we don't have those hang-ups, bro.
No.
You can't tell me I'm free and tell me I'm not free at the same time.
That's it.
You just can't do that, bro.
That's it. No, it's not gonna work. And that's the thing. And the thing is, like, we're more educated about it too.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, this generation has lived through more racism than the previous generation. So by now, like, you already know the rights and wrong, and you can basically back up your argument. You know what you're talking about. Like, you're not a beginner. It's not like, when 2003, 2004, 2005, where everybody's still in a shock, like, no, we don't want to, maybe like we shouldn't wear the hijab. Maybe, no, right? Like, you know what I mean? And people see it for what it is. Like, people are smarter, the social media is out there. You can really look into things yourself. I don't think it's as bad right now. And like, like, alhamdulillah, it's not,
The difference is now they can't lie to us en masse.
Yeah.
So before, like, especially in Arab countries, you probably have one or two channels pumping pumping all this information out. Now you've got, remember when Al Jazeera opened, I remember it was a big thing, man.
Oh yeah. I still remember that.
Do you remember? Yeah. Like when it opened, it was like, whoa, man, this is something complete. And then what's the other one? La Arabiya, and you got all these different ones that started to open up after them, But like that opened up a lot of, you know, and now with the next generation, with this whole, with social media now everyone's a reporter.
Everybody.
Obviously,
And that's the thing.
it comes with its negativity because people can lie and people can inflate the situation, and it comes with that as well. But
here's the thing. I feel like I disagree here, kind of the thing. Like, because sometimes you really don't need to hear what's going on when you see the picture, right? Like, I'll give you a good example.
Yeah.
There's the two twins basically in Jerusalem in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. They're called Muna.
Oh, I
and
know them.
Muhammad
Yeah.
al-Kurd.
Yes.
So these two kids, if you look up their names, like 9-10 years ago, I think The Guardian or something had given them a camera when they were still kids. Like, you could see some British, and they were like they took a picture with it, right? There are two kids sitting, they were like 11 years old or something, just to record what goes on over there with settlers. And then they grew up. They kind of built like a little room in their house, and that's the room that basically they brought somebody, like the Israelis brought a settler to live in it. So they've been going to court and all that stuff since then. And this guy, I'm not sure if you remember the video where he goes like, if I don't steal it, somebody else
Jacob.
will. Yeah, the Jacob guy. So this girl literally, like, only thing people had to do was watch her story. And you could see the amount of attention and like them, and you could see it grow in her following as well. Like, she has over 1 million plus right now. When she started, she had like, you know, somewhere in maybe 120,000, somewhere, you know, in the tens or hundreds thousands. And just living that, like, it's like, bro, you're living like a first person experience. Like, it's like you're seeing that stuff in front of your face. People getting beat up, you know, like mothers crying, you know, reporters getting beat up, like things like that, like straight up oppression. And that's probably, that by itself brought so much attention, and it's just because of social media.
That's worse than guns.
That is
that's
right
more
now
powerful
because,
than a gun, bro.
Because right now a gun, you know what will happen, bro? They'll call you a terrorist, even if you're defending that occupied, like it's under occupation, under international law, but they're still like, you know, it's still gonna be like, yeah, these guys are terrorists, or they did this or did that. Like, they're still talking about, you know, the Palestinian families in Sheikh Jarrah owing money to the Israelis, but this is occupied land under international law. So how do you own the place like, how do you own it? Why would they give you money in the first place? You know, it's very confusing. But
can I bring it to a more light-hearted thing? Yeah.
Sure.
This guy Jacob, bruv. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of? Who the hell like would come into someone live in your house? So he practically lives in that room.
Yeah. Like the extension of the house, like it's outside of the house, but like, yeah, like an extra room and bathroom and stuff.
You have to be a special type of guy, bro.
Oh yeah.
You came from Brooklyn, yeah? Living in Brooklyn. I think that's where he's from, right?
Yeah, somewhere in New York.
Somewhere in New York, yeah. And I don't get that, bruv. You have to be a special kind of.
Like, bro, he was a loser over here. Like, so basically, they looked back as into who he is, and he was like a loser over here. He didn't have anything going on. I don't know if he had something like with fraud or something, but like, he didn't have anything going on. So with the right of return that they have, like right now, like Israel is open for refugees, Ukrainians, only if they're Jewish.
The biggest irony ever.
You know what I mean? So
crazy, bro.
It's the double standards and the hypocrisy in everything they do, but bro, it is what it is, you know.
So Oussama, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So your family, yeah, where are they from in Palestine originally?
We are from the north, Qada Akka, like a little village called El Birwa, which there's a poet, like a famous Palestinian poet called Mahmoud Darwish. He's from the same village that I'm from. And it's like it's surrounding Akka, basically. It's somewhere around Akka. It's called Birwa, Birwa. Yep, that's the one. But right now, bro, it's not even there anymore. Like there's nothing basically. It's just like land
Subhanallah.
and
So all the people that live
that's
there
it.
don't. There's no people living there.
Nope. Even my
Serious?
relatives who were there, like some of them ended up in Syria, some in Lebanon, some stayed in Palestine, but like they're in somewhere else. But yeah, like
So you've never been,
I've never been, bro.
and you
I
can't even go
honestly
back to
want
Palestine.
go. I really want to go, but bro, every time I look up my feed and I see something like that happen, and I just can't, like, I can't help but feel some type of way. I don't think I would be okay seeing that like in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's a smart thing to do when I'm still feeling this type of way. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be good for anybody. Like, it's just
The fact that, but this the thing though. This the thing. Your roots have been cut out, which is what.
true.
But the thing is, Palestine is here, bro, in the heart.
100%. That's
It follows
the thing,
you
bro.
wherever you are, bro.
I've seen people in Lebanon who've never been to Palestine. That's all they breathe, bro. Like, and like refugee camps are still alive. Nobody moved on. Like, I still have my Palestinian refugee document. You know, like it's not. So it's just it's a connection. It's different, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna be worried about my kids or grandkids because my parents never told me anything about Palestine, like in specific. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's so weird because I see some Palestinian Americans over here who have no connection to Arabic or anything, can barely speak Arabic, but straight up Palestinians. Like, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like straight up Palestinians, but broken Arabic, if any, and they represent 100%, bro. It's crazy. So I'm not even worried about that, you know. But inshallah khair, bro. I'm planning inshallah one day, hopefully.
Inshallah. Maybe
Yeah, bro.
So let's pick up on we're gonna finish up inshallah, bro. But I wanna pick up on your journey from jiu-jitsu and what's the next step for you now with jiu-jitsu, because so let's start from so you train. I know you got your black belt. When did you get your black belt?
I got it November 2019.
Okay, so you've been a black belt, what, 4 years now? Is it 4 years?
Like 3 years, almost 3 years, coming up to 3 years in November, inshallah.
Have you got your first degree yet?
I'm gonna get it inshallah in November.
Inshallah.
November, December, you know, around then.
Inshallah.
But yeah.
How does that work?
Inshallah. So after you get your black belt, it's every 3 years for the first 3 degrees. And then the 4th and the 5th and the 6th, it's 5 years. And then the 7th and the 8th and the 9th, I think it's 777, and then 9 or 10 years for the last one.
Okay.
So I'm not even worried about all that.
No. It's just interesting. So, you know, Gracie Barra, yeah? Like, because here it's a bit of a cult. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear that, man. Not only there, everywhere.
Everywhere. Not in a bad way. I don't mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to understand what's different about the Gracie Barra kind of system.
So Gracie Barra started basically with Holtz Gracie, like the guy who used to basically train Hickson Gracie back in the day, his cousin. Carlos Gracie's son.
He's got blue eyes.
Huh?
Carlos Holtz Gracie, the one with the blue, who passed away in a paraglider.
Yeah. The one who got blue eyes, exactly. The one who was paragliding.
Yes. Oh, it's him, yeah?
So it was him who started it, and then Carlos Gracie Jr. took over. And when he took over, he had a vision, right? To have like a team, a school in every city. And he basically got the uniform thing started. Everybody used to wear whatever they wanted to wear. He got the uniform thing started.
Yeah.
He got the attendance card started. And he named it Gracie Barra after where the place they were at called Baja de Tijuca. Right. So he called it after that.
Right.
And Gracie Barra, and then they started growing. Like they had some really legit competitors back in the day, and they would win. And like, you know, a lot of them would travel. So Draculino, the guy who's running Texas right now, he traveled to Belo Horizonte and opened the school.
Where's that?
He has over 300 black belts, maybe 200 something black belts over there.
Where's Belo Horizonte, bro?
it's the fighting capital of Brazil, apparently.
Okay, right.
So that place, and then he came here, and with one of his students, which is my professor, who was in Belo Horizonte, came here afterwards. He used to be in California, but he moved here, and he opened a school here. So it's more like a brotherhood, bro, is what I feel like. You know what I mean? Like they're all very, very. The system is a lot more relaxed, but you also have competitors classes, like black belts classes, competitors classes, and stuff like that. And they have a good connection within the whole system where you run seminars for cheap for students. You know, you got world champions who travel and do their seminars. If you have a membership, you can go anywhere in the world and train for free.
Oh, is
like
it?
Things like that. Yeah, and like if you go to a tournament in Japan, like you see somebody in a Gracie Barra, you're in that team, you know, like it's that kind of thing, you know.
Right.
I feel like.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And do you have like, for example, you know, I know in 10th Planet they have like, right, this is what you need to learn for this is what you have to lead. It's like
no.
Or every school is run different.
Curriculum.
Yeah, curriculum.
So they have a curriculum by week. They'll tell you like, you know, like week 1, they'll show you the moves class A, which is 3 days, and then B 3 days, so you can get it down. And then you finish that 16-week cycle for fundamentals. And then you move on to advanced, same thing. But in advanced, they'll just tell you the topic. And then the black belt chooses whatever he wants to teach. And the training starts, and that's about it.
Okay, so you got like a 16-week fundamental cycle that kind of rotates throughout the year.
Yeah.
Okay,
always,
and then so everyone does that. So black belts, white belts, whoever it is. Right.
And then you got advanced classes, which you have to be, I think, above a 3-stripe white belt, more like, you know, between that and a blue belt. And then you could do the advanced classes, and then it's the same thing. It's just because terms, like calling terms, like reverse de la Hiva, I don't know what, like nobody's going to know that if he's a white belt, like just started. So it would slow down the classes.
Can you tell us, are you allowed to tell us what the fundamentals look like? Or is it like top secret?
It's all the basic stuff. It's all the basic jiu-jitsu movements, scissor sweep, you know, pendulum sweep, you know, closed guard and half guard, a basic armbar, omoplatas. Like it's all the basic jiu-jitsu stuff, all put in like 16-week period.
Right. Very interesting. Because that's what we've got at Legion. So we have like a fundamentals program, and then we have an advanced program. And like you guys, once you're a 3-stripe white belt, you can attend the advanced program. And we're trying to like, we're always looking at, because the Legion's basically a wrestling club that had that we added jiu-jitsu, not the other way around. It's
that's good though. That's good. Yeah, really cool.
It's kind of unique, to be honest with you. Like, and at the moment, what we're trying to do, like, we teach wrestling as wrestling. And we teach jiu-jitsu.
And then wrestling for jiu-jitsu.
So because there's no like wrestling for jiu-jitsu, that doesn't happen. Because you have to give that art the respect. So when I see sometimes jiu-jitsu schools teaching takedowns, like sometimes you forget that wrestling has a lot of groundwork as well. That you can actually, you know, back takes, front headlocks. Do you see what I'm saying? Things like this. Even just pinning your opponent, like having that top pressure, control, exactly.
Control, balance, you know.
Yeah.
All that plays a big factor. Wrestling is great, man. That's the thing. Having both.
Yeah.
Man, we have like there's a black belt at our school. He's the wrestling head coach as well. This guy turned jiu-jitsu little kids into wrestling savages, and now they beat wrestling clubs at wrestling tournaments.
Sick.
Like, they get to state, you know, they state champs and all that, and it's crazy what wrestling and jiu-jitsu can do when they're combined, you know?
100%, 100%.
It's a whole understanding of grappling. It's really
you become like a well-rounded, and you see all the, if you want to see what the future needs to look like, look at the high level, your Gordon Ryans, your, you know, all those guys, even Galvao, there's a lot of wrestling involved in what they're doing, man. It's just, it's not really, jiu-jitsu guys tend to not talk about it as much. Do you understand?
No, I feel like right now you can't even succeed with no wrestling, especially in no-gi.
100%, 100%.
You cannot, like, there's no way you're gonna just like pull guard and try to like, you know, it's not gonna work.
Well, you got those leg lock guys now, which is the anti-wrestling guys. Yeah.
but they wrestle too. Even Craig Jones is trying to wrestle now.
Yeah. I think he's bored, man. I think it's like,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what,
the
I want to
thing.
mix it up a little bit, man.
Like that's the thing. No matter what, man, wrestling is important.
Yeah,
You know, if you feel guard or not, it's what you really gotta do.
So you have to learn it. So with my kids, I make sure like they learn jiu-jitsu and wrestling. They've been doing it since they were young. I think jiu-jitsu, you can pick it up. This is no disrespect to jiu-jitsu at all, but jiu-jitsu, you can pick it up later on. So in your teens, you can pick up jiu-jitsu and you'll be fine. Do you understand?
Yeah,
like with
I agree.
wrestling,
I agree.
if you do wrestling from a young age, like 7, 6, 7, it's really gonna, like a lot of parents come to me and say, oh, what should I do first? I think jiu-jitsu sometimes is a bit technical for kids, especially young kids, you know, like.
And the thing is with the flexibility and the things that they do in wrestling, their body's more elastic.
That's
you know,
That's it. Yeah.
It's better. I feel like it's better too. But I think if you do both, it's really good as well.
Yeah, but if you had to pick one, for me, what I would say, I said do both.
If I pick one, then it's basically wrestling.
First,
I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
say the same thing.
If you had a choice, I would go wrestling first, let that do a couple of years, and then add jiu-jitsu on top of that.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree. Both together or wrestling first. That's the main thing. It's how you control everything, really.
100%. Man. And then if you want to be a guard player later, that's fine. It's not a problem. That's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at least you have more tools in your armory.
Arsenal.
Yeah, arsenal. That's it. Exactly.
100%.
So talking about wrestling, bro, what's kind of your wrestling, bro?
Right now, non-existent, bro. Right now, I'm trying to wrestle with life.
Rehabilitate.
Grappling with life.
Grappling with life.
Right now, bro, that's the chapter right now.
What's your rehab now? What's the prognosis now? What for you to get back to training?
I just got this thoracic epidural steroid shot like on Monday, and I'm supposed to go get like some therapy, which reminds me, which is very soon, inshallah.
Okay, yeah, we'll lock up soon, inshallah.
That's about it, bro. Just for the next couple of weeks, and then follow up again.
Are you training at all?
Hopefully. Not at the moment, man. It's been months, bro. It's been like a few months. Yeah, I just go sometimes to the gym, lift a little bit. But jiu-jitsu and wrestling, nothing. I just go help with the kids' class, and that's it.
SubhanAllah,
yeah.
How are you up here? Because I know injuries.
Blessed, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Good.
Alhamdulillah. I can't complain. Listen, I'm glad it was this way and not any worse. Alhamdulillah, bro. Always. That's it.
Oussama.
Yeah, bro. Habibi.
Let's stop it because I know just for the viewers, Miskin, Oussama, it's what time is it over there?
It is like 3:10 right now.
3:10
p.m.
It's about 9 o'clock here. You had hardly any sleep and you still rode out for us, man. I appreciate it, bro.
I got you, bro. Anytime. Listen, man, I couldn't have missed it. I wanted to take a nap, but I was like, no, bro. I was sleeping. I'm not going to do this to you.
I don't know how Arabs, bro, we love sleeping, bro. We're like world champions in sleeping, bro. That's
soon, don't worry. I finished this therapy thing and I'm done.
That's it, bro, inshallah. So may Allah give you a quick recovery, inshallah. And, bro, do speak to Salwadi for me, inshallah. I really want him on because I feel like there's a lot of guys here that don't know who he is in the UK. Do you know what I'm saying? So it'd be good to get his message across here as well. And I'd love if you know anyone like on your side who's interesting that we can get on, inshallah. Like I'm more than happy to have him on, inshallah, bro.
Sounds great, bro. I'm gonna start talking to them boys.
That's it, bro, Habibi. Barakallah. And inshallah, if you ever decide to come down, haram alik, bro. You don't come around here, bro.
No. I'm gonna come see you guys.
First phone call.
Definitely. Yes, sir. You and Sensei, listen.
100%, bro.
I got to.
Yeah.
I got to, bro.
So you come down. We're gonna take you around. We'll be your host. Don't worry, akhi. Even like somewhere to stay and stuff, that we'll sort that out for you. Don't worry. You just come down.
Wallah, I really appreciate you. Wallahi, Allah Mubarak.
And I'll get my mom to cook that Maklouba. You can grade her Maklouba, innit, bro?
I'm coming soon. Give me a date.
Barakallahu fik, habibi.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you having me. Jazakallah
khairan. Barakallahu fik. And everyone at home, Jazakallahu khairan. Thank you very much. And I guess we'll see you on the next one.